2024. Happy New Year, Alpha Traders. We're going to have a little crypto live stream this morning. Got a lot of new ranges to take a look at. See, I'm already up in the Discord. Yeah, it was a long night. We're lucky to be streaming. All good. I got a crazy dog on my hands. Look, go outside. Go. You're staying out now. Go. No more BS. Old girl is definitely losing her faculties. Very confused lately. It's okay. She must sweet. Well, we got BTC up here. Might be a lonely stream. Could be in here alone. I don't care. This is what I do. 1 second here. There we go. All right, Bitcoin. Got the VRE here. Got a new monthly, top side of the monthly range, 41.9. 41.909 to be exact. Beautiful. Yesterday came down right at the end of the day, tested the center of the daily range, popped up all the way to today's 68.3 Laplace distribution range. Then kind of came down. First, you tested the bottom of the weekly. We do have a fairly tight weekly range right here. Came down to the bottom side of the 4-hour 68.3 Laplace, and now this is where we're at right now. Top side of the daily 68.3. Beautiful Bitcoin. Let's take a quick peek here. I'm still on gold. Yeah. No bueno, man. Boop. There we go. There's Bitcoin. All right. This is on the monthly. Let's drag this down a little bit because this is looking good. Now, question is, do we come down and test this 11-length RMLR? Real interesting. Real interesting indeed. Pull this down. I'm going to spread this out a little bit more. Scale it up. Yeah, last month pretty much did a monthly 1SD. You can see the 2 pink dots right here on the new monthly candle. Those are the monthly 68.3 Laplace distribution ranges. Bottom side a tick over 40,000. Top side about 45,135. Yeah, that bottom side is actually 41,313. Yeah, this monthly it's hard to get a correct read, man. You got to look at the numbers. Yeah, all good. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's a volatility band. I was right. It's 39,981. So just a tick below 40K. We got about a 5K range in the monthly 68.3 Laplace distribution range. First standard deviation on the monthly, 45,845, almost 46K. It's about what we did last month, right? 1SD. Let's see here. Just wanted to look at those RMLRs. We are above the monthly 33 power mean too. That is the thin blue line right there. Let's check the weekly real quick. Actually, a little bit below 33,478. So 33.5 area is the 11-length RMLR. We are a bit below it, and the 30 length is turning down, and that is at 36K, 36,041 to be exact. Okay, both still above 33 power mean. It's going to be a pretty important day, in my opinion. Going to want to close this thing up above 43.5 area, in my opinion. 43.5. What do we got up here at 43.5? Let's pull this. Probably first resistance level on the weekly. Pretty damn close. 43,630. See if we can make a run at it. Let's see if we can close right around the daily first standard deviation or above it. That 43.5 area is right about here. Let's see how this plays out. It's going to be an interesting day. All right. It is New Year's Day. Probably not a lot of people trading. Algos are running wild. Let's see here. Go over here. Pop this on BTC. What I say? 43.5, 4 hour. Let's see where we're at here. About 44K is a reverse Fisher. We're already pretty much ran a wick up to the top side of the power mean band. We are right now. We got back up above the 4-hour wave trend. And it has crossed back up the 33 power mean here. Beautiful. Let me see a daily if we got some at 43.5. Top side of the power mean band. Pretty close. Pretty damn close. 43.7. 43.7. Interesting. That is right around weekly first weekly resistance level, like I just showed. There it is. 43.632. Beautiful. What's up? Happy New Year. Oh, you know.
Beat up from work.
Yeah.
It was an insane place last night, man.
Oh,
Insane.
dude. I had 3 insane places last night. Yeah, it was pretty crazy, man.
Oh,
Pretty
no, I
busy.
worked. I don't know. Is that what you mean? You were working or what?
Yeah, man. I work.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Dude,
Oh, you worked
New
running a
Year's
restaurant?
Eve's busiest days of the year.
I know, man. It was freaking insane. Did you see this? Did you see this overnight? Hang on. I think it's TRB USD. Look at this thing.
TRB.
Tom Robert Boy USD. Pull this up. Wait till you see this.
TRB. What the hell is
Trying to see
TRB?
it.
I've heard this before.
Yeah, that's on Coinbase. It's been around.
Let me see here. Where should I pop this
Well,
up?
it's like a 10-minute.
It's on Coinbase. Oh, yeah, TRB. Teller. What in the hell is this thing? It's a freak show and a half. That's what's happening. Jesus. Right before the literally what? Weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly close. This thing dumps out to holy crapola. Let me see here real quick.
I mean, there must have been some kind of news. Look at this. It goes from 237 to 515 or so to 120.
You did. Yeah, I mean, there don't have to be news in crypto for anything like this to happen. That was just people right at the end of the year. People got caught their pants down. Man, if you weren't along here, you got wrecked, right? Got wrecked. Looks like somebody took some major profit right before the end of the year. God, what time was that? Right
Well,
at
but look
about.
at it. I mean, 9 o'clock yesterday morning. I mean, obviously there was some kind of run up. You know what I mean? But it started on the 28th, right?
31st.
And on the 31st, something came out. It went from 300 to
Yeah, here it was.
229, and 229 to 515 in an hour or two. Pretty nuts, man.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I got a cone on this thing. I'm just like,
Well, here was like something came out October 27th. Somebody populated this. If you look over on the news, it says the end is near for Trello. Crypto analyst says prepare for 50% drop. Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be like 6 hours before the end of the year. Hilarious.
what do you use for newsfeed?
Are you looking at my screen right now?
I am. You just have your trading view chart up.
It's over to the right, below all the tickers. There's news down there.
Oh, down there on the right. Oh, okay. I don't usually use that, but I see it now. Let me take a look.
Yeah, it's interesting. Treller. I don't even know what the hell Treller is,
I,
but
I
it had more than
exactly.
a 50% drop. Had about a 66% drop. Actually, let's measure it. Yeah, I mean this. There could be more cryptos like this. Let me see. Whoops. Let's get this over here a little bit. 75%. 75% pullback. Interesting.
So there's
Yeah.
another one called TRB that exploded on 2 days ago. It's gone from like 8 to 17 in the last couple of days.
What? You said TRB again.
No, or no, you're right. TRIA. Trias.
Tria.
Another one. Trias. TRIAS.
Let me see here. It's an easy way to do it.
So let me ask you a question. So if you're trying to find some of these things that are going nuts, what do you find is the best site?
I mean, CoinMarketCap's going to have all that stuff. Do you ever use that?
Or Crypto Bubbles, does it on here?
Nah, not crypto here. Look, CoinMarketCap. It's got everything you need. I mean, there's so many different things.
That you can go on it. All right.
Yeah, you can find how many cryptos are there? There's a shit ton. We know this.
Too many.
Let me see here. Updating this damn site. I don't know where anything's at. There it is up there. There are 2 million plus cryptos right now. Ridiculous. 686 exchanges. Market cap's 1.67 trillion. BTC dominance 50.2.
And so fast, obviously. Right?
Yeah, but crypto's an unregulated market. I don't know if,
Of course. Of
well,
course. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, the market makers here, how could you not make money?
get in here. I'm letting this dog in. Come on, get up. This is your last time. Go lay down. You are not going back out. Go. Not until I'm done. 3 times in a half hour, this dog's wanted out. She's getting a little confused.
I have cats that are the same way, dude. Another one, ALCX. Wow, Jesus.
And what is this thing doing, man? Why won't this hit me down to gainers and losers? There.
Yeah, see that clay? I got it. Yeah, I'm looking at that too. So, and like crypto bubbles, I know I've used where they have like 5-minute increases or decreases.
And right at the end of the year, this makes sense. I mean, top gainers only up 13.3%. Right, that's just the top gainers. Let me see here. Where is crypto? Let me see here. Spotlight, you can put it on Spotlight, trending, most viewed, recently added. This is where a lot of people go and find their stuff.
Trending, okay, I see. If you do Spotlight, it gives the top 10 of all. I get it.
Yeah, what's trending? What's trending on X? Freaking most visited, recently added, biggest gainers, biggest losers. Now, here's the thing, though. Let me see. Is there a place? Let me see.
There's got to be a way to have most active too.
Yeah.
Coinbase has it, but it doesn't work that well.
Yeah, pretty not a lot going on, to be honest. That big bump yesterday, you would have seen it on losers right here. But yeah, it's pretty quiet right now, man. Right. It's pretty quiet.
I found this thing too yesterday. Let me copy and paste it.
Even on the strip on the daily, right? It opens up the new daily range right here. Damn, you're damn near right at it again. Or TR Teller or whatever the hell this is. It's melting my chart. Let me get over here.
Some garbage.
Back on BTC. Yeah, that's right. I'll pop up crypto bubbles if I want to have some fun. Watch your little bubbles floating around. Where you at? There they are.
So I am going to send you this. I'm going to send you an invite for this just because I think this is right up here.
Filecoin up 13.5.
So this is again, I'm not Mr. Crypto here, so I'm trying to find you here to send this invite. Because I don't understand what this means. It's like a Solana. Here we go. I just sent you an invite on the Discord. Okay. So this room is like where people stake Solana and like the Cheeto thing and all that stuff you guys were talking about last week.
It's where what?
Okay. It's well, you know that JTO or that Cheeto that came out last week. Remember, or whatever. No, there was like a few of them going crazy on Solana.
Oh well, all those little meme coins.
Yeah. So what does it mean? Like, so the link I sent you says Camino Finance, but it's all SOL based, Solana based.
Right, yeah, I have no clue. Man, I'm in enough servers. Camino Finance.
Like you stake their Solana there. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, I don't. Just all these random little crypto finance. Very risky, man.
So hypothetically, if I'm thinking about this right, you would post your Solana there, and then you'd borrow against it, or people would borrow against it, and then they would pay you a APY. But that could be a rug pull, right?
You never know. Yeah, I'm careful, man. I would rather not. I mean, you can. There's different wallets you can stake through. I mean, hell, you can stake through Phantom. So something more that a lot more people trust. I have no clue about Camino Finance. It's a lot of
there's a lot of members. Any way, shape, or form in that realm of doing anything like that. I was just curious to know what that shit even is. I don't even get it.
Right. Yeah. Just
I'm not trying to invite you in anything like I know anything I don't. My point being is I was trying to understand what the hell something like that even is.
Well, do you know what staking is?
I do not.
Well, you become like a validator node when you're staking your coins. That's what proof of stake is. We have proof of work where people literally with mining power, right, or with computer power, you mine cryptocurrencies. Then you have proof of stake, where you become a node when you stake your coins, and then the staking is the validator. That's why some people or some projects are going hybrid, proof of work and proof of stake, because when there is a like breach, like where people got, what's it called? It's happened before. God, where's Yash at? What's it
Who
called?
knows about it?
I mean, I don't know.
No, don't worry about it, Scott. It's not. Yeah, I'm not trying to get you up. I just don't get.
Well, we got nothing else going on. Jesus, just me
Yeah.
and you
I
talking.
mean, like, I don't even know what a node is. So you know what I mean. So.
Well, it's like when you're like a Bitcoin node is where you have downloaded the entire blockchain. You have a wallet, and you become like a validator. You're literally your proof of work is part of the whole validation process. Crypto's wild, but it's all cryptography. I mean, that's why it's so secure. Bitcoin is the most secure, safest blockchain in the world. Might be a little slower than the other ones, but because of its proof of work. But at the same time, you can do what the hell's it called? You can attack the network. I can't remember what the hell it's called. I don't know where Yash is at. He knows. He's the Cliff Clavin. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. It'll just pop in my head while I'm talking about something else, and I'll spit it out. That's how my brain usually works. Something attack. What the hell's it called? I don't know. Yeah, like I said, it'll pop in my head. BTC. But yeah, the range, fairly tighter weekly range this week on BTC than last. Here's the thing though, first day of the year, had a good quarterly close, good monthly close. Went up, tested the first standard deviation on the monthly. It's probably a few $100 shy, but got pretty close. Daily though, right now, setting up some hidden bear from right up here when we rejected off the top side of the power mean band, the 9 log MA. What was that? The 9? Oh no, that's just a pile of power mean band. Top side of the power mean band. Really, I guess the 9 log MA was up there as well. Yeah, it's all good. Let's look at this weekly. Let's look at the weekly. And this is what I was talking about too. And we were way, a month ago. I was like, this power mean band's going to work its way up. And this is what we want to see. So we've got literally about a quarter of the power mean band. The 9 and the 33 log MA just crossed up. The reverse Fisher. Look at the wave trend. This is exactly what I thought we were going to see too, right at the end of the year. They're getting ready to cross. Wow. Yeah, you got to throw caution in the wind when these things happen. People are looking at all this lagging information, talking about golden crosses, death crosses. They're listening to these YouTubers saying, gloom and doom. Oh, now we're going to the moon. All this shit. Stop it, people, please. Stop it. First day of the year, and I'm already chastising all the scammy YouTubers out there. That's why we don't sit on YouTube and give signals. What's that?
Right. So if you take the same chart, this is where I have struggled. So if you take the same chart and you drop it down to a 5 minute, let me see something with you. So if you drop the same exact chart down to a 5 minute, okay?
Yeah.
On Bitcoin, you can use Bitcoin because it's live. Or 6 minutes, fine. It doesn't matter. Okay. So you're using each of the individuals. So like if you're just looking up at the power mean band right now, okay, on a 6 minute. Okay. So now you come down below the wave trend, it's bounced back up to it, right? And it's hovering right on it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right. Well, you're on the 6 minute, you're just sitting right on top of the wave trend right now.
Correct. So if you were just scalping on this, okay, all right, and this is where I struggle with this stuff, your stuff, I mean, this stuff. So if you're scalping, say, off of this chart, you might go from a 15 to a 6 to a 3 to a 1. I don't know what your flow is, but I mean,
this the way I got this set up. So I can see right now the 9 and the 33 log MA, right? The variance check is literally saying returns below the mean, variance rising. The returns oscillator is getting ready to set up some hidden bear. Even the DLP is losing strength though. This is one of those. This does a tight power mean band too. You usually get some action. You already did. You got this quick movement here on the 6 minute from 744 to 628. I mean, geez, $125 scalp right there. Just, it always gives me interest when I see this power mean band tighten up. There's Zentap. Let me ask why it's still on my head. What?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Yasha. What's that called when you attack the blockchain?
A brute force attack?
No, you know, like
you mean, 51% attack?
Yeah, 51% attack. I was trying to explain it to P-Funk, and I just couldn't. It couldn't get into my head.
If you control 51% or more of the hash power that runs the blockchain, then in theory you have enough control of the blockchain to change the insertions into the ledger, which then lets you basically fake
double
transactions and not just double spend, but take control of the blockchain and say that this transaction happened even if it didn't.
Right.
But what's the point of that? So the point of that is, let's say I was able to crack open the Solana or Bitcoin or Litecoin blockchain by taking over 51% or more of the hash power, which would be practically impossible on Bitcoin and very difficult on Solana because of the way it's built. But let's say I was able to attack some really small blockchain that has less than a couple hundred servers, and I buy like 1,000 servers, okay, to put in place to attack that blockchain, and I would take over control of that blockchain, and I could run fake transactions on there, which the blockchain would then recognize as the real transactions, and especially once it starts distributing across the nodes on that blockchain, they would recognize it as such. And if they don't have a security plan in place like Bitcoin has, where they can reverse things and they can change the algorithm from SHA-256 to whatever else they want, which already exists, by the way, in case they need to, then basically you would be able to say, oh yeah, I actually own this much amount of this blockchain, and that's what the blockchain says. And anybody who's running that blockchain, their servers would be agreeing with that, right? Unless they would roll it back. Is that a hack? That is definitely a crack. That's a crack.
A hack. That's a crack.
A crack. A crack. A hack is not necessarily a bad thing. A crack isn't necessarily a bad thing in computer geek speak. Like, hackers are not all bad. Crackers are the ones doing the damage. For what? Okay, so what's the point of doing it? For money reasons? Yes, because if you can take 51% control of the blockchain, you can easily move around funds and suddenly have millions or billions of dollars of theoretical liquidity in your control. You can own most of the tokens or all of the tokens or whatever amount of tokens. You can mess with people's wallets. You can do anything you want if you have control of the blockchain, because you have more than 51% of the nodes in your control. So it's basically, because what is a blockchain? The blockchain is a spreadsheet, and that spreadsheet is distributed amongst other people running copies of the spreadsheet. And the way that the blockchain is verified and trusted is by the various nodes in the blockchain, meaning 51% or more of the nodes in the blockchain agreeing that this is the correct transaction list, not this other stuff. So it recognizes a verified transaction list and ignores all others. So if you have control of the transaction list, imagine I had control of your books, like your accounting books. Would that be bad for you? Would that be potentially bad for your finances if someone else had control of your books? Yes, probably, right? Right. So that's why it's bad. It's having control of the books. Pretty much. That's why cryptography is, designed the way it is. It's designed to fail eventually. All cryptography is designed to fail by definition. That's what makes it. But I don't. Okay, why? Okay, you're losing me. The reason it's designed. There's a good reason for it. You want your software or your password encryption systems to fail eventually. First of all, so that you stay on top of it and constantly update them, so that they don't break by attacks, but that they only break by security checks and internal development. You want to be ahead of the game, and the way you stay ahead of the game, it's the same concept as it is harder to break a flexible stick than to break a rigid stick. No matter how strong rigid stick is, if you apply enough brute force, it will snap. If you try to break a flexible stick, it won't break. It'll bend, but not break. That's the idea. Okay, so, and because I have still never had it. So then the point of all of this, all right, hear me out. I'm trying to simplify this down then. So the point of all of the blockchain is, I don't get it.
The point of the blockchain is to be an open ledger, even if it's a secret ledger, but a ledger that the different nodes running that blockchain can look at and verify as a list of the current and real history of all the transactions from the time that blockchain started until now.
Okay, so then the when you say a transaction, you mean like hypothetically, like let's say I go in and I want to buy, I don't know, 1 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So that transaction, me buying that 1 Bitcoin, there's a number or hash number or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And it says then there's 51% agreeing on a ledger that I own it on some spreadsheet. Yeah. I own that.
Correct. If once you buy something, that transaction is recorded by the blockchain, and that transaction is then distributed through the blockchain ledger to all the different nodes that are running blockchain nodes. And once more than 51% of those nodes have updated to include that transaction, then that is a record that is permanent on that blockchain, unless somebody takes over control with a 51% attack. But if somebody did on a network like blockchain, they have security measures in place for that.
So then if I bought that half a Bitcoin, and then, I don't know, let's say an hour later, I sold that half a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So now there's another transaction.
Yep.
So the ledger, the same ledger that shows that I bought the Bitcoin, is now showing that I've sold it, and it's no longer mine.
Correct. Once you buy it, it's recorded as you bought it. Once you sell it, it's recorded as you sold it.
Okay, but all these passwords, and like you hypothetically, you had it on a computer that got busted or something like that.
Yeah.
All those Bitcoins, even so, there's a ledger saying that you own all those. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not trying to sound stupid here. I kind of am on this
one. It's not stupid at all. It's not stupid at all.
Bro,
so
the shit we're talking about here.
There's a wallet with a whole bunch of coins in it.
Okay, so why can't you?
You're not dumb.
Why don't you have? I understand you through the computer way, and I get it, but why can't you? If there's a ledger saying that Yasha owns it, then why don't you have any ability to get them?
I don't have the seed phrase.
The seed phrase. Okay, so has the seed phrase been in place since this shit started back in 2009 or whenever it was?
A seed phrase is just like a password. Okay?
Right, I get it. Right.
It's the ultimate password to the wallet. A wallet is really a key. It's funny because everybody uses the terms inversely. When they say not your keys, not your crypto, what they mean is not your wallet, not your crypto. And when they say you should never give away your seed phrase, what they really mean is you should never give away your wallet phrase. Because the wallet is the key and the key is the wallet.
Totally.
But the terms are inversely interchanged. It's okay.
Like if you have all your crypto on Coinbase, you're pretty much screwed. You're using their wallets. They have the keys.
Well, you're dependent on them not screwing you over.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they're U.S.ly regulated, so why?
No. But their crypto actions are crypto actions.
Yeah.
Crypto is unregulated. So as a company, they're regulated under the SEC because they're traded as their equity is traded as a stock. So that's regulated. But transactions in crypto are not regulated, even though they are a regulated company who happens to allow transactions in crypto as a service.
But that happens to allow, that is their business.
Their business is to allow exchanges of cryptocurrencies, yes, but that doesn't mean that the cryptocurrencies are regulated.
So if I have, hypothetically, I have one, let's just, again, let me dumb this down. Yeah. So if I have 1 Bitcoin on Coinbase, you're telling me it's not FDIC insured? Something happened to it?
You are correct, sir.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I'll bet you most people who don't have a big understanding of crypto don't know that.
Well, no, they do, and that's why a lot of people, at least people who know about money, they know that, and that's why they're waiting for things like ETFs and other things that are considered stable, secure vehicles to allow money managers, right, at trusted and regulated companies that are allowed to manage securities for their customers. That's why they're waiting for those vehicles to exist in order to be able to put
let me interject something
to P-Funk.
So P-Funk, look at it like this, P-Funk. This is why, like when you were saying, oh, I don't want to sound stupid, dude. This shit is not easy. There's no question ever stupid about this. Here, this is how they gaslight people. Number one, what do they always say? Oh, only criminals and blah 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 use Bitcoin because you can't track it. Total fucking lie. It's on an open ledger.
Right.
You can track it. Now, whether or not you know who owns that wallet, these blockchain investigators, though, they can figure it out. They can figure out some. And here's another thing, though. It's like that's why they're also like, dude, these people, they want you to keep your crypto on these exchanges. The whole point about cryptocurrency is being your own bank and not using some custodial wallet. This is the trap people are getting into. It's incredible. That's why I will never store my crypto on any of these exchanges, right? I got a hardware wallet. I'm my own bank. Banks have safes. I need a safe for my stuff. Period. The end. But there's another side to that. Being your own bank, you're in charge of your own security. You're in charge of everything, every transfer. You screw up and you send one Bitcoin to a wrong address, bro, you're not getting it back. There's not a 1-800 number. Hey, man, I accidentally sent like $100 to one grandma. I meant to go to the other grandma. You're just shit out of luck. There's no 1-800 number to call to help you. You're in charge of your bank.
Why? Well, now, aren't there services out there that would help you do that, or no?
There are. They're called custodial services, and they charge you a premium for the privilege of having them manage your money, which means you ultimately have to trust them not to rug you.
Yeah. But then again, here, P-Funk, you got to look at it this way. So if I'm my own bank when it comes to cryptocurrency, so Coinbase is their own bank, right? Yep. People make mistakes. What if they fucking lose your crypto?
Yep.
You're screwed, man. You're screwed. That's why.
Forget lose your crypto. What if they do things like trade it without telling you that they're trading it? For example, what was that big firm that went down last year that was managing everyone's money?
FTX.
What?
FTX?
FTX is another example, but there was that other one with that guy who had something to do with VOIP, Mashinsky. Anyway, another firm that was promising, basically, they were delivering people, a very significant APY.
Right.
But the problem was it was basically like a Ponzi because he was using this fake token, as they all do, or it's a token, not even fake, just a token that they made that they pumped up in value and this and that, and he was using that token to fund trades, or he was doing something fishy with the trades, and he was trading. Basically he was mismanaging the funds on their books, and when he saw it was all going down in flames, he cashed out and got out before the ship sank, leaving all of his customers, high and dry.
That's why all these exchanges out there that are saying, "Hey, you buy our token, you buy our token, stake that token or whatever. We're going to give you discounts on your trading fees." This is what FTX did, right? And then look what happened to the FTX token. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. They also mistraded. Exactly. They used, like you said, P-Funk, like Bilbo just pointed out, they misused their funds. They took funds illegally from the back end and were using it to make stupid trading decisions. And they allowed a partner firm that Sam had originally set up, some years before, and put his girlfriend in charge of, and they allowed them to have a negative, basically a negative balance that they specifically coded into their system to allow only their company to have a negative balance. And they allowed them to trade literally billions of dollars into the hole until the point where they couldn't cover their debts anymore. And the whole thing, Alameda Research went belly up, and that caused the whole thing to tank because everybody who was owed money was.
But everybody's getting their money back, though.
Everybody, what?
They've heard they recovered all of it.
They recovered most of it. Yeah, they recovered a lot of it, most of it, or whatever. But what they didn't do is they didn't make everybody whole. So the company has recovered a lot of stuff, but they haven't paid out everybody, and they lost not just the amount but the value of the balance that people had. And in the meantime, not all of it has been recovered. But in any case, it was illegal to allow those trades to happen. Okay, so many of the trades that happened were trades that there's nothing to recover. Okay, those trades happened with nothing to recover. They can't get them back from their wallets unless they ask very nicely, and those people give them back money. Which, why would they do that? They want to trade.
Well, so the thing, from what I understand, is he's in trouble for commingling funds.
He's in trouble for what?
commingling funds. Now that's one of the
He was commingling funds. He was using retail traders' money.
Yes.
To use as trades on accredited investors' money for trades. You can't do that.
Well, you can't. I know, like
the way he had it set up was illegal. He could theoretically have done it if he had said we're using this money to trade for accredited investors' trades, but he didn't, or they didn't say that it was the right amount or whatever. There was a big legal technical, glitch that he did, where he basically said we're not doing this, and they did do what they said they weren't doing.
The issue that I have with it is if it's a completely unregulated market, then realistically, I mean, and if people are from what I'm being told, most of those people are going to be made whole, and he didn't steal the money personally because he didn't net benefit from it other than that condo they bought.
That's not true. He definitely net benefited from it. He was buying properties left and right. His parents were buying properties from money that he was getting from the system that he gave to them for consulting or whatever other. They were buying massively expensive properties, assets of all different kinds, traveling around the world, sending their staff to conferences and meetings, first class in airplanes constantly, buying first class, buying expensive lunches, living in a massively expensive, duplex or penthouse suite in the Bahamas. They were definitely abusing funds and living high up the hog. And it was all part of an image that these guys are super rich, but he lives modestly. He drives a Toyota or a Honda or something like that. And he walks around in Bermuda shorts and a t-shirt and flip-flops. And therefore, he's this, what was that the term they were using? Altruistic whatever, basically giving away his money and not caring about being wealthy, just doing things for the greater good, right? But it wasn't true. It wasn't true at all. He was actually using funds like a madman, spending he bought how many stadiums and football teams or baseball team umpire shirts that they were wearing emblazoned with the FTX logo. Yeah, come on, the guy was blasting money out. He paid celebrities millions of dollars, hands over fist, just to work 40 minutes a year to be in an ad. Nonsense.
I get that.
So he was definitely abusing their funds. He was using, and that was money that came from retail investors that he was using, which was not part of the deal. So he was 100% misusing funds, and he definitely deserves to get slammed for it. And that's why
they had 112 years.
Listen, the guy stole billions of dollars in the span of a couple of years.
Well, no, I get it. I mean, it's not, but see, I look at it as that his case and Madoff's completely different. I don't know why I do, but
they are completely different. And frankly, both of those cases were not anything that they were trumped up to be in terms of being the biggest scandals ever. Neither of them was actually the biggest scandal ever.
No, I agree. I mean,
the difference, in my opinion, is Madoff was running around running that scam, right? Do you think government officials knew about that? This is the difference, I think. I think the government was involved with FTX to bring crypto down. Is that a conspiracy?
Sure. Madoff
was the boss of the lady who ran, the girlfriend of SBF. He was the boss of her parents. One of her parents worked against her when he was at MIT.
Of course.
They have very tight relations. And
they say the Madoff scam was 65 billion, and in all reality, it was only 13 billion.
Exactly, and there have been far bigger scandals than that. Remember the SNL scandals in the 80s?
Yeah,
much bigger, right? Much bigger, right? Remember, who's the guy right now? There's a guy who's in charge of the Republican Party's finance committee, who raised a massive amount of money for their last election. But prior to being an elected politician, what was he doing? He ran the biggest financial scam of all time in the history of the United States. I forget the guy's name, he's a senator or whatever, who just happens to be some guy that was running an illegal grift. And because it was a finance thing, because he was running some company, whatever, people were like, oh, he knows about finance, let's vote for him. Yeah, he knows about finance from the point of view of being a criminal and breaking the law and doing illegal shit. But somehow he got elected and put in charge of the bank account of the GOP for some reason. Who knows why? But they decided to give it to him.
How about the biggest?
He's the guy in charge of their finance.
The biggest scam and Ponzi of all time.
Every party has scandals like this and politicians who are corrupt, and all the major banks have done things that are far worse than 10 or 13 billion dollars of scamming. And like you said, they recovered most of the money out of FTX, yes, but they didn't make people whole, and still they screwed people over by illegally using funds.
Well, apparently this year they're going to be distributing, this coming to 2024, almost all the people from the Madoff scam are getting all the distributions back.
Yeah, and that's how many years late?
15.
And how many people have died since then that were affected by that?
You guys, what's the biggest scam of all time? That's 40 trillion in debt.
Correct.
That's the biggest scam of all time. We're living in it.
Yeah, you could argue the same thing happened in other countries when they also had things that led to hyperinflation. You know, it's easy. Zimbabwe had corruption out the yin yang until they had that whole problem that caused the hyperinflation at the beginning of this millennium. Venezuela had similar problems when they were literally, Venezuela was the wealthiest nation in South America, right? By far the wealthiest nation in South America because of all the oil that they had, right, and that they still have. But somehow the government got their hands on it and wrecked the nation's economy. They implemented all these socialist policies. They did all this stuff to basically redistribute the money from the wealthy to the poor and all this. And you could argue, was it good for the poor? Was it? It doesn't matter. It was illegal and very corrupt, and the way they did it was highly criminal, basically. But they did it anyway under the power of fiat, right? I have the power because I have the guns law. And so that wrecked their economy, caused hyperinflation, and now everyone in Venezuela, if they live on the Venezuela Bolivar, they're poor, right? Because the Venezuela Bolivar is literally worth less than toilet paper. Yeah. You know, I mean, their biggest note is worth like less than 9 cents.
The sad thing is, I mean, just like you're saying, Scotty, yes, the U.S. dollar, we're probably the biggest scam out there. What I don't understand is that how you, like you're saying, gosh, it could go to 250 trillion. I don't think it's going to. They're either going to have to haircut across the world. So all the Western economies will have to take a haircut on debt and just write it off. I don't know who that's going to affect as far as who's holding the debt, because to be quite honest with you, the Federal Reserve's holding the freaking debt. I mean, it's made up debt.
Yes, and the decision will be made by the Paris Club, right, which is the 6 wealthiest nations in the world, which get together, whatever it is, 3-4 times a year in Paris, maybe 6 times a year in Paris, and they decide whose debt they're going to loan, whose debt, they're going to do loan forgiveness or debt forgiveness or, some kind of, assistance or whatever, right? They enable massive international loans. Like they could bail out China if they want, but they don't trust that China has the money to actually pay back any of its loans right now, which leaves China in a lurch because now China's like, well, we lent all this money. The countries that have no ability and no intention to pay us back, we're screwed. We need to go to the Paris Club, and they have no interest in giving us that money because A, they're afraid of us becoming the number 1 economy, and B, they know that we are not good for it right now, right? If we built too much for our infrastructure that we couldn't afford, we then went and built other people's infrastructure that they couldn't afford, and even though we promised them great loans, and now we have to give those debtors even more loans. So there's countries in Africa that have had to take loans on their loans, and they're never going to pay them back. They may be going to pay back some portion of it, but they're never going to pay back the whole amount. So there's going to have to be a reckoning where there's a lot of debt forgiveness across party lines and across country lines.
Have to happen.
And as you said, it's all just make believe money and make believe debt at some point. And these central banks are just going to have to, cough up the goods and say, okay, yeah, we forgive these debts because there's no way for these parties to pay back. In any case, if country A owes country B 50 billion and country B owes that same country A 20 billion, so just write off the difference, and that's the real debt, and then you can figure out a way to negotiate your way out of that too, because it's all perceived and fake, right?
I'm reading that.
And every country owes every other country something, right? Practically every country owes every other country something.
I'm going to start a reverse mortgage company and back it with crypto. I'm going to rule the world.
A reverse mortgage. You just play your Tom Selleck.
What a scam that shit is. Oh my God. Wow. How can we make sure these people don't pass down all this to their youngsters? Let's sell them reverse mortgages and screw them all.
Yeah.
It's insane, dude. It's insane that anybody would even do that. That's why they got Tom Selleck.
There are a few people that it will benefit. A few.
all the old ladies are watching the Tom Selleck commercial going, oh, this has got to be a good deal. If Magnum PI is pushing it. Oh, my God.
He's got that mustache.
Bro, we live in the biggest clown world ever.
For
It's
sure.
insane.
For sure. For sure. I mean, it reminds me, like, there was this guy, this Democratic Speaker of the House in the 80s, who was like Speaker for a long ass time. And then he ended up getting himself caught in a financial scandal and, screwed over like all the finances. He wrecked the finances of their party because lots of people stopped voting or donating or whatever. Right. And he got off scot free. I mean, okay, yeah, he got a little bit of a sentence or whatever, like minor, nothing that would stop him from being the person that he was all these years, and basically got off scot free. When if any normal person had done that, if they're lucky, they'd be in the slammer for the rest of their life, right? Yeah. If they're lucky. If there's one thing you don't mess with in America, it's people's property, especially when it comes to rich people's property, right?
Right.
And when you screw over all the wealthy donors, usually you're screwed, right? But this guy had such deep hands in pockets in terms of like corruption and everything else. He was like a classic, I don't know, I think he was from Illinois or something, like massively corrupt guy, and essentially got off because he was a massively corrupt politician, and all of his donors were massively corrupt. And the only way that he would go down hard is if he took down a whole lot of those super wealthy people with a lot of power also. And the last thing that these big, rich corporate leaders want is to be taken down in a financial scandal that they were a part of as well, right? So, it's, man, the biggest it's absolutely true what Bilbo said there about the biggest scam is this massive, $40 trillion debt nonsense.
It's a trillion every 44 days, man.
I mean, how many babies are going to be born on New Year's Day in the United States today? They're all coming in $200K in debt. They haven't done shit.
Yeah.
It is so
they're
stupid.
$100K in debt without being taxpayers. Once they become taxpayers,
it's like $250,000.
Like $250,000 or something like that.
Fucking ridiculous, man. This shit show is
like I said, man. All you gotta do is make 4 times as many people citizens of the United States and don't give them any benefits. And then, hey, you cut down that debt.
Bro, I'll grab my little tool trailer. I'll load it up. I'll drive right to the Capitol lawn, and I will build the freaking the hangman. What the hell they call it? The what do they call them? I'll build it myself.
The thing that they put there in January.
We'll hang all these criminals.
Yeah.
This is why people don't realize how much they're being deceived with all this bullshit in society, separating us all. We all come together. Yeah. We all come together and just storm Washington D.C. with 100, tens of millions of people. They're done. They're done. Their shit show's over. But everybody's like, my football team's better than your football team, and all this.
Remember when we talked about 2 weeks ago, and I said to you with the Colorado thing, and then you guys said it wasn't a big deal. Then it's the main thing happened. I'm telling you, if they knock him out, that's the only way they're going to beat him.
Supreme Court's never going to let that happen. They're already getting shut down.
No, what I'm saying, it's not a big deal that Colorado does it if it's just Colorado, because Colorado anyway votes blue.
Yeah. But don't you think it's kind of, I mean, dude, this thing is all fucking planned out anyway. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So California decided not to do it. Michigan decided not to do it.
I really don't want to get into this, but yeah.
No, I don't want to get into it. All I'm going to say is that if they force him off the ballot this way somehow,
it ain't happening.
You will never have a real election next week.
Supreme Court will never uphold that shit. They can try. Here's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to cause mass chaos leading up into this election with all this bullshit, right? That's why they're hammering Trump with all this legal battle. God, if this was anybody other than Trump, I mean, hello, they'd already be bankrupting people. Trump's got a lot of money.
There's another way that if either candidate doesn't get to 270 electorals, that Congress will pick the president. Did you know that?
No, what they do is the electoral college, they're perfectly allowed to do this, is they're allowed to basically group up essentially their electoral college votes. Doesn't matter what party, either party is allowed to do this, of course, because it's allowed for one, it's allowed for all. So they're allowed to basically kind of group their electoral. I mean, it really doesn't change anything in the way that the electoral college works. It's just a way for them to kind of rally the troops, if you will, through the electoral college to vote a certain way.
But if that fails, and you're right, and that can fail, there is a last ditch effort where the Congress will pick the president and the Senate will pick the vice president. And that's what they're saying, that Robert Kennedy is an independent thing, and that what he's trying to do is create it so that neither party gets 270 electoral votes and create all this chaos. And then there's an outside chance, last ditch effort, that's if it came down to that the Congress would actually pick the president. If each state have a vote.
Well, and who's got control of Congress?
But here's the thing: you don't actually need 270 to win. You only need 270 with two candidates running. If there's more than two candidates running, you don't need 270.
Well, I was talking about this the other day with somebody, right, at one of the restaurants, and I'm like, because of the way they started the conversation, a little bit younger, half my age, and I'm like, okay, maybe this conversation can go somewhere, until they said, well, yeah, Congress is, but what about the Senate? And I was just like, oh, you lost me there, motherfucker, you dumbass. I was like, you do realize that is Congress, right? Senate, freaking House. I mean, people don't even know what the three branches of government are.
But in fairness, I don't know who we're talking about, but mostly people refer to the House of Representatives as congressmen and congresswomen, and they refer to senators as senators. So maybe they had confused or who knows what. But
I know what you're trying to say, Bill, but
in reality, the Senate and the representatives are both Congress, and it's a bicameral Congress.
It's crazy.
Sure. Yeah, because people just don't know their American,
We've got people in Congress right now that don't even know the three branches of government. They don't even know what the three branches of government are, and they're in Congress. It's insane, man. AOC being one of them. What a crackhead. Jesus, what is wrong? You wonder what's wrong? It's crazy. They're all puppets.
There's a lot wrong.
Most of them been honeypotted. That's why they're not releasing the freaking Epstein stuff. They've all been compromised. It's insane.
Yep.
It's totally insane.
Name a president in the last 30 years that wasn't involved with him. Not one.
Yeah, nobody.
Not one hasn't been photographed with him. Not one since Clinton.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Epstein did. He was just a finance guy, right? Or something.
He was pedo.
Huh?
He was a pedo.
Well, that I know, but I mean, which is a pedo,
and everybody knew it.
He was really good at putting people in power in positions where they could be blackmailed.
That too, but he had a personal penchant for young ladies who were not women, and he had somebody working to help him do that. Giselle, what's her name? And all the presidents were, even if they didn't do anything, went to his gatherings, his events on his private island, whatever. Literally everyone, and plus many other top politicians.
There's a 3-letter agency behind all of it, though. There's one 3-letter agency probably behind it all. And they all need to be dissolved. There's several of them. It's insane.
I agree.
I won't mention that 3-letter name on there. they like to come after you.
Yes, they might knock at that door.
Even on a small little stream like this, you don't want to be talking about them boys.
Well, I promise you, if certain things are mentioned, they would hear it.
Oh yeah. The algo is just searching for Knuckles talking about them. It's all good.
Saving the world talk.
Just imagine me and totally sleep, and you're just like, everything's good. Nah, man. It's like, no, not really.
So obviously, it's just the three of us here. So you guys have something coming out this month, next month, couple months, changing something. What are you guys doing?
What are we doing?
Something super secret sauce.
Oh, we got secret sauce cooking?
I don't know.
I don't think so. No.
Business
as usual. Business as usual. Let me see here. Especially now for trading, business as usual. Just plugging along. Getting the message out to the smart ones. That are tired of using lagging information. I mean, we say this all the time. You're better off just throwing darts at a dartboard, getting out of bad trades. I mean, it's pretty easy. You're better doing that than using lagging information and think that you actually are able to analyze the markets using that stuff. It's ridiculous. We've all been there. There's nothing to it. You're going to get wrecked. At least using the VEPS, it's leading information, volatility based. You know where the distribution levels are. Makes it a lot easier, man. Makes it a lot easier. And you can see it in the charts every day. What are we doing here? Yeah, we went a little sideways there, didn't we? All good. Got Hex down 8%, Band down 8%. That thing's been pumping, dumping. Yeah, we don't even need to go in the other markets. Nothing's open. It's crypto.
I think it opens at 5 or 6 tonight.
The futures, yeah, probably. Yeah. Let's see. Biggest gainers. They're up now. Here, let me reset this. What we got cooking? Yeah, Filecoin up almost 17%. Bitcoin, supposedly Satoshi's vision, up 12.5%. Bitcoin SV on touch of a 10-foot pole. Clayton, the graph, all kinds of shit. Never heard of Casper. I've heard of that. Let's see. Wemix, see. Tezos up 5%. Phantom and Tezos, they've been around a while. Let's see here. Trending. Yeah, Solana's trending. You know what? There was a cool website one time, especially P-Funk, you were asking about like these just obscure freaking little meme coins, really high on the, leaderboard and stuff. God, I'll try to dig it up. What was that called? Where it brought like everything social media wise into one little thing and showed you what was being viewed the most. And dude, look, it's crypto. There was a massive correlation in these pump and dumps just because of just what was trending, not trending, shit like that. It was pretty wild. I used to take a peek at it. I can't remember what the hell the website. I probably have it in my bookmark somewhere. Pretty crazy. We got Baby Grok. What the hell is Baby Grok? Most viewed. Solana's down there, yeah. But this is one of the things right here too, P-Funk. The recently added on Coin Market Cap. This is like how people immediately find things at launch, right?
What?
Like on the Coin Market Cap where I was showing you, like when you can go into cryptos and go to gainers and losers, you scroll all the way down right here and it's recently added. Right? And you can just, boom, if you pop it up, you can get it all on one screen. Let me see here. No data is available now. Okay, it was available over there.
I think that bird's eye is the same way too, man.
Let me see here.
That bird eye exchange or whatever shows.
All the swaps. Yeah, this in my opinion is the best though. It's across everything. I mean, you're gonna find. But it's like, how do you know to get involved in this crap?
Well, that's the whole. You're throwing darts, man.
That's where you look at the recently added, and then you go over on to now this is just all a bunch of BS. I'm not telling people to trade like this. I'm just telling you how the degens do it. I mean, you go to the recently added, then you see, okay, was something just recently added? Is it starting to trend, right? Is it being visited? Stuff like that. I mean, it's crazy because they're just these low cap crypto coins that just get pump and dumped, man. You can catch them. It's ridiculous. You see these percentage gains all the time in like a day, 10,000% and shit. And it's like, oh my God. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. But we're over that. Bonk. What's Bonk doing? That's one I didn't look at. Let me look at Sol here. Where is Solana's? Top of Solana's monthly range is at about 98.7. 98.7 on Solana's range. Interesting. Let's see. Here was right at New Year. Solana was hanging right at the center of its daily range, right when we wrapped into the new year. So is BTC, Solana, a lot of these cryptos going to pull back into their new monthly range, at least test them. I mean, God, we've seen this before. We literally have monthly ranges untested and stuff. Weekly ranges untested, but right before the close, they're coming down and getting into the area. So I'm seeing different things happening with the VRE for sure. I'm not just going to be like, oh, that's just a one-time thing. It's not a one-time thing anymore. That's why I've been talking about it more. Like there's something more to it. I'm paying more attention. Let me see where bonks ranges are at. Okay, bears push that sucker down, so it opened up right below the new daily. Where is this new monthly range at? Let's see. And you're below the weekly. Is that the bottom of the monthly way up here? God, we just opened up a new. Yeah, it is, man. It's got to be. Yeah. So Bonk's weekly is below the monthly now. Bonk's got some work to do. Indeed. Where I'm pretty sure Solana was exactly. Let me see. Oh, really? That's how you're going to do me. Okay, I'll scale you. Boy, this thing is. Oof. Let me scale this thing. Really? Jesus. Yeah, so there's a monthly. Yeah. Solana's weekly is above the monthly. Daily right in between them. And it's a tight daily. That's what I'm saying right now. Solana could range in between this monthly and this weekly. There could be some good moves on here. You got the top of the monthly at 98.6. We're literally right below the bottom of the weekly. With this tight daily range, literally centered right between them. I'm going to be a bit surprised if this thing just starts ping-ponging around in there. It has been. Let's see. But if this thing were to take off, crypto takes off, hey man. I've seen this happen before. Pretty much right before the new weekly open, new monthly open, new yearly open. What I didn't see. Let me see something here real quick. I'm wondering. Just the data set. I just want to look at the data set on the quarterly. We're not going to get any indicator reads at all, I'm sure. Let me turn off the VRE. Yeah, I mean, dude, look at this quarterly candle on Solana. Crying out loud, man. That is boom, boom. Holy crap. Boom, boom, boom. Turn off that. Let's see this price action. Big boy. Because the all-time high was what, almost $300, $250 or something? Yeah, 265. 265. Solana running for new all-time highs. At some point, obviously, yes. Very undervalued still. Others think so too. Look at the monthly. How'd that monthly close? Damn bullish. Pretty bullish, just looking at the old price action. The only volatility read we can get on the monthly on Solana, volatility's contracting, negatively correlating. So, good stuff. Up, walk it up, Solana. About the weekly. Probably get a 981 read now. Yep. I mean, wow. On the weekly, Solana, low volatility is pegged at 100 percentile, significantly positively correlated. As long as it stays there, it's good. You got the 981, though, contracting positive. Shannon Entropy percentile is building a little bit. Let's see, can we get anything over here? Returns oscillator. There is bear div. Right, there is bear div on the returns oscillator. Could it be just that candle, but that this last week, right? That candle pullback. About to find out. The DLP is still up here in these upper confidence intervals. Let me see. Let's go to a 3-day. There's the variance. That's the variance I was looking for. And it's setting up hidden bull. And it's setting up hidden bull, just like over here. Hidden bull, hidden bull, hidden bull. And it just right to the top. Setting up more hidden bull, especially from the low right here at about, what, $71? $71. You've got the smooth RO getting ready to break that. It's already setting up hidden from the same spot. You blow this up. Yeah. Boom. Let me see here. And the variance is negatively correlated, coming back down. What's that, a 0.72? I'd love to see this thing down here like 0.25 area, 0.2. Right down in here. They'll bury it. Get down like 0.1. What's the entropy doing? Definitely a random walk. Came out of trend. Maybe a light trend. Prediction models flip, though. Low length volatility is contracting positively correlated. But you got the 981 contracting negative. 2400, pretty flat negative. So that is good. That's good for an up move. Might have a little, I mean, this is a 3-day. I'd love to see that monthly range tested. I always like to see those ranges tested. Let me see the 2-day volatility here. Yeah, variance went back negative, setting up hidden bull. And on the 2-day, it's turned up. It's on turn. It's turned up. You see this smooth one turned up. Look out. It's positively correlated too. But again, low length volatility contracting, positively correlated. The other two lengths, the 981 and the 2400, they're both, boy, that 2400, let me blow this up, get a better look. Yeah, it's contracting. They're both contracting negative, although 2400 just correlation broke positive. Show us daily. Look at the hidden on the daily. Look at the hidden bull on Solana on the daily, on the smooth and unsmooth. The unsmooth is crossing the zero mean right now, and variance is looking like it's wanting to stop this little contraction and move back to the top side. Everything's contracting negatively correlated on the daily. Prediction models flipped to the top side, but it is heading back into a random walk, even better. Correlating volatility, heading into a random walk. DLP, no bear div, right? Lower lows with the data set. Or may I say, the data set has lower lows just like the DLP. And hidden bull. You see the variance turn up, start having an outlier. Look out, man. Solana could rip. What's a 4 hour doing here? Boom. Clean. Very clean. Very clean. I mean, back here starting to set up a little bit. This candle is what? We got 52 minutes. Would like to see this thing close up around like 106. See if this 4 hour candle in the next hour can move up here. 106 area. What is that on Solana? Probably center of the weekly. No, way too high. Yeah, it's just barely outside the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. It's like this 4 hour 1SD, which got a rejection earlier. Boy, it got noisy out here. You think you'd be out in the boonies? New Year's would be quiet? Boy, oh boy. I don't know who. Somebody let a bomb off. It was so loud. Right. You move farther down this way, there's like a fingered lake down here. There's some very interesting characters. You have to drive through to get out to get to one of the highways, and I only go that way every once in a while. Every time I drive through, I'm like, am I going to make it out of here alive? Not too many people travel through there. Yeah, everybody was shooting their guns at midnight last night. Boom, 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 boom. And then, whoa, wham! Somebody blew up a can of Tannerite or something. Crazy, man. I'm living amongst the crazies. The sound of freedom last night, though. What are we doing? Okay, finish this up on Sol. Where was I? I was down to the 4 hour. Starting to have an outlier on the 4 hour right now. Starting to have an outlier, which is making me believe, especially if this starts to drop in the trend. Yeah, all the volatility contracting. You see this 90 minute. Yep, had an outlier coming back down, negatively correlated. It's already setting up hidden. Actually, not quite. Getting close, though. Getting real close. Let me turn this UPM back on. Wonder what I was missing. Yeah, this is, remember what I said about tight power mean bands. We see it all the time. To be honest, 112, huh? The way that 90-minute chart looks like, this thing could be heading to the top of the weekly. Pretty close to 112, I would imagine. 111.72. It's actually 111.8. 111.8. Look at the reverse Fisher on the 90-minute. 111.92. When? Well, let's see. Let me go to the 45. Setting up hidden. 45 setting up hidden bull. Outside the power mean band. DLP is decreasing, though. And the prediction model's flipped. Volatility down here is pretty damn low. 33-minute. Hidden setting up right now. Locally. Everywhere. These couple pops there. Boom, boom. Bam, and bam. Let's see if we can get another pop up here. Problem is, see, set up some bear. Set up bear there, set up bear there. So you're getting these little pullbacks. But usually when you're bullish, when an asset's generally bullish, you can really count on this hidden playing out, especially using the correct indicators, like a returns oscillator, not an RSI, not the relative strength index of the damn price that you're trying to get divergence with. Well, you're not going to get divergence between price and the relative strength of it. You're going to get divergence between price action and the returns. What are the returns? It's a return on your investment. So when you're setting up these divergences, it's literally telling you, right? It's literally telling you that your returns are diminishing. Take your profit. That goes all the way down onto the 1 minute. Do I look at div plays when I'm scalping low time frames? Absolutely. If you're not, you're definitely not getting it, because that's when the warning, the shots are coming across your bow to take your profit. And then you've got the VRE to look at where you at in the distribution. You know, when you're setting up, say you're running, but it's setting up bear div and you get to like a 95.4 Laplace distribution range. Are you taking your profit, or are you going to be like, oh, this thing's pretty bullish, it's going to go higher, when the distribution's telling you there's a 95.4% chance that you are not correct in that? That's why all this plays together when you finally figure it out. And I'm talking to the masses out there. New Year's Day, anybody that's listening, do we even got anybody online here on TradingView? I didn't expect there'd be too many. No, there's nobody even online, which is fine. It's New Year's Day. Everybody's recovering, I would imagine. I had one drink. I'm not a big drinker. Not a big drinker. Had like 2 fingers of some good whiskey on rocks. Yeah, that was good enough for me. I was in bed at 12:04 or something. I was like, all right, Happy New Year. I'm going to bed. Me and the dogs. Sure, I'll check the wire today. Probably 9 billion people in this city got DWIs last night because people just don't learn. There's so many unconstitutional freaking all these checkpoints everywhere. They try to gaslight people and say, no, those are constitutional. No, they're not. No, they're not. 100% they are not. But they're going to tell everybody they are, and everybody's going to be like, okay, they are. I guarantee you, you take that, you get in trouble on one of those, you take that all the way to your state Supreme Court, I guarantee you that case will probably get dropped. There's a problem, though, and this is what they count on. People not having money. That's what they use the law for. They really want somebody, they're going to bankrupt your ass on the way to getting what they want. It's insane. We live in a crazy country. All right, we'll finish it off. 15 minutes Solana. Went on a little rant there. It happens, man. Hidden bull right now. Crossing the zero mean down here on the 15 minute. Then we saw that tight power mean band up there. What was it on? Yeah, 45's tight. 90's real tight. You're a butt. This is something too. When you got a tight power mean band and you got the wave trend on the top of it and the data sets on top of it, and you got a looming little reverse fissure up here right about where the top of the weekly range is. I'm not saying this is where this data set's going. I'm talking about confluence. And there is confluence there. When's this close? We just got it too. Hour and 16 minutes. So the 90-minute candle is going to go a half hour into the new 4-hour candle. Interesting. But then again, let me see. Top side of the power mean band's about 111 on the 4-hour. This thing's almost flipped, totally bearish. I mean, what you don't want this wave trend crossing down Fisher here. That's why, in my opinion, need to run this thing up, get above the 4-hour 33 power mean. That's a start. Almost 108, 107.67. 107.67. That'd be a good move for Solana. Can it do it though? Right? It's New Year's Day. Not a lot going on in the market. Let's see here. Any random? Let's see, man. Let's pop over on what, Cardano's interesting too. I'm gonna take a peek at Cardano real quick here. Pop Cardano up on the VRE as well. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Bottom of the weekly range for Cardano, tight daily. Where's this monthly? Solana, from what I saw, is this going to be? Yeah, you're above. You're good. Just like Solana. BTC was a different story, remember? I'm pretty sure weekly below monthly. Take one more peek here. Bitfinex. Whoa, that's a short. Shit, I was like, oh, strange data set there. No. What was that? Damn it. Oh, that was bonk, wasn't it? Was it bonk that was flipped? I think it was bonk that was flipped. The weekly below the monthly. Yep. Yep. See, actually, you got the top of the weekly into the monthly range. Bonk's going to be interesting, man. Bonk. You got a lot of resistance up here to crack through, man. A lot. Top of the monthly range is literally, what's that baby up there? Like one. Let's see. Yeah, almost back to 2. 193,692. And that's 4 zeros. We love data sets like this. So fun to read. Jesus. Yeah, old bonk. Now let me go back to Cardano. Let's get down on this side. More peek at this. You're got a tight weekly. Already tested the bottom of the weekly, rejected, sent a wick into the bottom side of the 68.3. Yeah, if Bitcoin takes off here, probably see Cardano moving up here, maybe 61, 62 cents. That's if. We got to see. It'll be interesting tomorrow when the traditional markets open up, or tonight when futures open up at like 5 or whatever time it is. Let me see here. Cardano weekly. Yeah, tight power mean band. Still trending. Look at this variance. Whoa, that's a pretty low variance read, man. You're getting down here. When I get down around 0.1, my eyes start perking up. Looking for outliers. And you're setting up some hidden a few points. Let me turn off this UPM so we can get a better look. This is just a history thing, right? Not enough history on the weekly on Cardano. Good Lord. This has got a lot of hidden bull. A lot. Let me see. Yeah, man. From all these points, 1, 2, 3, just building. Is Cardano getting ready to take a leg up? Now, this is a weekly chart. This is all part of a workflow, right? But you do have a lot of lower lows here. It is setting up. Look at the 3-day. Hidden here as well. The returns oscillator is positively correlated. DLP, I'm going to see this at the close of this 3-day candle that we literally just got. Let's look at the 2-day. Yeah, hidden here as well. This thing's just going sideways. Is this going to crack to zero mean? We're going to get another bump in the DLP. Possibly. You got a lot. You got the 2 lower length volatility reads contracting, positively correlated, and the 2400 is expanding negative. So be careful here. That's on the 2-day though. Let's see the daily. Daily definitely had some hidden. Across the zero mean. Got a little bump here. But yeah, it's being held back. This is the end of the year. Look at the DLP on the daily. The DLP on the daily. Is it going to break to the downside? It did back here. Didn't see much action at all to the downside though. And this thing is a total random walk on the daily. Low length volatility and grade at 0. Wow. Finishing off a little contraction here. That's why we're getting this little daily bump. Is this going to expand and is correlation going to break back positive? I mean, it's on the top side, right? It is positively correlated, but it has everything to do with slope. Everything to do with slope. What do we got here? There's a daily. What's this 4-hour look like? Hidden bear. Little hidden bear. Not a lot. It's there, though, and the DLP is to the downside. The returns oscillator is above the mean. Low length volatility is expanding, positively correlated. 981's low, too. Just all 3 lengths, very low. Very low. So the 525 is literally printing a 20, 2418. Then that 981's at a 4.9. So yeah, volatility pretty low on the 4-hour. Let me turn this power mean band back on. Yeah, you're below. So you got wave trend below, Fisher. Fairly tight power mean band. Every time this thing starts just crunching down on itself, you get movement. You really do. You're finding support on this 99 log MA, though. You do not want this power mean band breaking down through there. Telling you, man. This could be an interesting start to the year, which it wouldn't surprise me at all to get a down move. Let me see here. Yeah, even on the 90-minute, right? Everything's crossed down that Fisher. Everything's crossed down the 99 log MA. A lot of overhead resistance right now on Cardano on these intraday time frames. But then you get to the 45. Power mean band trying to break back up above the 99. It's got to stay up here above wave trend, though. It has to. Has to stay up here above wave trend. I mean, that was good to do that. You drop back down low and start rejecting again. This thing is going to move to the downside. Setting up hidden bull. Returns oscillator does not look strong, even though it's positively correlated. And the DLP, no, didn't set any hidden really. That doji closed right at that high, so no. Things setting up hidden bull. DLP could pop. See if the 33 is shedding any light on this. How far above are we on this one? Yep, sitting above the wave trend here too. Very, very interesting. Lower low though, locally here. Boom, boom. Now you come back here. Yeah. Higher low. The clean chart here on the 33 minute. About the 15. But got a lot. Just sent a wick. Previous to this 15-minute candle, sent a wick right in the 33 power mean, pulled back up, closed back up above a wave trend. Top side of the power mean band is at about a little over, 0.6045. Yeah, these are going to be tight numbers. 9 log MA, just a little bit below it. Let's see if this thing can bust through the 9 log, get up to the top of the power mean band again. It is setting up hidden bear right now, though. I mean, this thing could go all the way up to that 9 log MA. It could go all the way up to the top of the power mean band and set hidden bear. DLP is trying to break back to the top side, though. Interesting. Did that. Now let's see. We'll do a couple. I see the Warlord in the chat. Let's do a couple of his favorites. We got XRP. Let's check out XRP's freaking range here, man. Where are we here, XRP? There you are, baby. Let's pop you up. Oof. A lot of overhead resistance going into the new year. Yeah, crypto's got some work to do. Solana actually looks the most bullish to me. Let me see here. You're back. You're in the weekly range right now. You're testing it. Boy, you do not want to reject here. I'll tell you that. Top of the weekly. Let me see. That's a first resistance. First resistance is above the monthly. This weekly range, not super tight. Not as tight as last month. The monthly, though, monthly's looking a lot tighter. Yeah, monthly's a little tighter. Hey, XRP can get up here above, like, even just to be safe, 64 cents. That would be strong. Get up above the monthly range. This goes for a lot of cryptos. There's a lot of overhead resistance. Some are right in the middle. Let's look. Let's go to a weekly. And XRP been around a while. Not long enough, though. Let me see. Power mean band. Let's blow this up. Pretty tight. Pretty freaking tight. But on the weekly, these log MAs, variance check. Yeah, man. The returns are still above the mean. Actually, that's only on the 2400. They have flip pink. So the 9 and the 33 returns are below the mean now on the weekly. Variance is rising. Oof, where's Fisher? Oh, I don't think that's happening. Good Lord. 19 cents. Run for the hills. That's not happening. Not unless you see Bitcoin at 20K. Then you might see it. Because some of these other coins would really sell off big time. It's at the weekly. Let's look at the 3-day. Tested to that's actually pretty bullish, man. You're sending wicks into these log MAs in the reverse wave trend. Boy, if you can pop this thing up, there's that 64 cents again. I like the 64 cent number on XRP. What's the top of this power mean band? Right around 64 on the 2-day too. Boy, a lot of wicks over here on XRP, man. Look at these 2-day wicks. Holy shit, that wrecking trader since XRP wrecking trader since 2018. Everybody remembers when mainstream media was teaching everybody at the top how to buy XRP. How'd that work out? That left a lot of bag holders, man. People were up there. What was the high when people were buying? God, wasn't XRP at like over $2 or something? I'd have to look, but here, let's go monthly. Take a peek at this thing real quick. Yeah. Yeah. A little over $2, right at $2. They're like, hey, this is how you buy XRP, showing all the noobs. Then wham, that thing dropped from $2 to 50 cents. Created a lot of bag holders, right? When this thing ran up, let me see, what to the wave trend. Look at that, perfect. Ran right back up to wave trend, although I don't trust these reads. There's not enough history. That was a hell of a pullback though. And if you got in that bag up there at $2, say you put, I don't know, there's crazy people out there. What if you put $2,000 into that at $2? The low, 28 cents. Ouch. Ouchie Rooney, boys. That hurt. Whole new generation of bag holders. Let me look at this daily. We will get some history. Lower low. Yeah. Let me see here. There wasn't even any bear div. This is actually a pretty clean chart here on the daily. Total random walk too, and volatility's crushed. There's a lot of assets where the volatility is crushed on the daily. Right at the beginning of the new year. Good stuff. Good stuff. 4 hour. You do not want wave trend. You don't want this power mean band to even sniff that fissure. You worked hard. You got up here. You've been stabilizing price action. Got some wicks down underneath here, but the bulls just kept kicking it back up. In fact, you even got up above the fissure. That's what I'm saying, man. This thing needs a move. 62, almost 63 cents, top of the power mean band on the 4 hour. Got to get by this wave trend. Wave trend's at what? 62 and 62, 62.3. About 62.5 cents almost. It's a 90 minute. Oh yeah, I was about to say this thing's, I could just tell by the way the data set rolled right here, this thing's probably setting up hidden bear, and it is. But you've already crossed the zero mean. You got this quick little candle, but look at the variance check. Returns are above the mean, variance is rising. What's this volatility doing? Nothing you want to see. Nothing you want to see. 981, 525 contracting positive, 2400, I guess flat. It looked like it was starting to expand. Now it's flat negative. So yeah, that'll help hold it up, especially above this 33, or is that the 9? Yeah, I think it's a 33 log MA. See the 45 here. Here's the thing though, that hidden bear, and that, you know what? From the data set, yeah, it's definitely hidden. Not here locally. You got a higher high. So that I might have to switch up this return oscillator 90 minute just to see if that's there. Yeah, I better. I don't want to give a bad read here. Say, oh, there's hidden bear. All right, back here was at 22. If you ever use that measuring tool, add a bar. It doesn't count the first one. That's where people screw up too. So 23. I learned the hard way. Trust me. Losing my mind going, what is wrong? Well, there wasn't div. That's what was wrong. It's there though. It is definitely there. But look at the returns oscillator. It's a cheeky little booger. DLP's starting to build too. DLP's starting to build too. And just locally, no hidden. Just coming from back here. Coming from back here. You got to get above this wave trend though. Got to get above that wave trend. Got to put this back on 7 before I forget and run around all day on a 23. Here's the thing though, this thing could set up, this could probably drop down to this log MA and the returns oscillator drop down and set up hidden bull. This thing could go from hidden bear to hidden bull real quick. You don't see that a lot. Starting to drop out of a random walk too, but the prediction models are the downside, but you got the DLP to the top. And you're below wave trend. And I already told you about the volatility. Don't like it. Yeah, so far this thing got hidden right here. Yep, we do. And you're above. This is where the work. I know people out there, right? And we all know those people. They just get stuck on one time frame. They'll get stuck on one freaking time frame. Bad idea. Bad idea. Then you wonder why you get wrecked. I know a lot of people just love the 1 hour, right? I don't even use a 1 hour time frame, right? I go a 45 to a 90. Somebody asked me before, why do you do that? Well, because you're not. I want to get the read. It's part of my workflow. It's not like I'm sitting on a 90 minute or a 45 minute and just trading that time frame. It doesn't work like that. I don't care what kind of information you're using. I don't care what kind of information you're using. Best case scenario, we build an AI that can run a workflow for us through all these from macro time frames all the way down to the 1 minute. Run a workflow, right, and give it bias of what's happening. That would be awesome, because this is hard for people. Hell, it's still hard for me. I heard people before say, "Oh, you make it sound easy." This shit is not easy at all. Ask any of us. This is not easy. You have got to get your shit together. See the 33. I'm like right in the middle, man. I don't really have a bias on XRP. I mean, if you run an entire workflow from like a weekly down, it's kind of like a mixed bag, a real mixed bag. Let's see the 15-minute. You get to the low time frames and it looks like this thing's going to pop, but there's like right here, you're setting up some local hidden bear. Got to get a higher high here. You don't want to pull back and like close by this 9 log MA, because it'll probably send it down. Where? Wave trend maybe? 60, a little under 62 cents. It's pretty close now. See if there's any where are we? There you are. Weekly. Oh, you are definitely below both of the RMLRs. The RMLRs though, man, future projection, pretty good indeed. And sometime this week we'll do a little quarterly projection, see where these things look like they're going. So I'm gonna go from a weekly right to a 3-day. MLR, yeah, see, now you're on top of both. Okay, save a little face. And you've got the 30 below the 33 power mean, the 11's above. See the daily. Oof, I've never liked seeing that. You're below the 33 power mean, and you're literally sandwiched between these RMLRs. The 11's at little over 63 cents. The 30 is at about 61.5 cents, little higher. Tight little range there, man. Tight little range, about a point and a half. About a point and a half range. Right in there for XRP on the daily. 4 hour needs to be above, and it's not. It's in between as well. But you got the 30 length up here at about 63.5 cents. Bottom side, a little under 62. Hey, you're going to find some support there? It would behoove you. If it does, like I said, in those lower time frames that do look bullish intraday, you could pop up there. You could pop up there to 63 cents. Easily. Let's see the rest of these lower time frames. Above them here too. Yeah, these low time frames, the RMLRs are definitely taking a little bit of a dive. This is good so far. 4 hour 90 above, 45 above. And you got the 11 crossing up the 33. And now this is why too, man. You got to use all this. If you're going into like a scalping session, give yourself an hour or something to be able to run through all this and run a workflow and look at some things. And all it's doing is giving you bias on your scalps on how much, what your risk is going to be. In my opinion, this is how I do it, right? If my bias is to the top side, risk on those scalps. If I counter trade that bias, I'm going to take a risk off, and I'm going to take a lot of risk off. It's not that I'm just going to sit idly and not make the trades. I'm just going to pull risk, and I'm going to get out of bad trades immediately. I'm not going to wait. Sometimes I won't even wait for the low time frame candle close. If I see that candle dip below my entry, just get out. You can get back in the damn trade. Get out. It's going to save you a lot of money playing this game this way. Really is. Take your profits, limit your losses. Don't trade things you're emotionally attached to. There's a reason I haven't scalped Bitcoin in a while, right? Haven't scalped Solana in a while. I'm stacking those two. It's fun scalping these meme coins. I'll tell you that. The problem with a lot of these meme coins, though, there's no history. So, you can throw them on the VRE. At least you can get the distribution level. You don't need a lot of history for that, man. you can get the distribution. And there's a lot of algos running around in there. So we know what the algos like. They love the distribution, man. So yeah, 45 above as well. All these low time frames, man. 33. Now here we go. Here's the first low time frame one. Up there it was 62.36. Bottom side, it's almost 61 or almost 61 cents, a little bit below. What about the 15-minute? Ooh, let me scale this a little bit here. Let's see what we got. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Amazing how these data sets just find their way. How this thing is just crashed. I mean, you're below both. The 11's getting ready to cross down the 30. Let me look at this VRE again, man. And you're at the top side of the 68.3. Just from everything I did right now, intraday, oh, boy, it's tough. I'm telling you, man, it is tough. This is the first trading day of the year, too. I highly advise just taking a break. I'm not trading today anything. I am chilling. Especially all this overhead resistance here. And you're at the top side of the 68.3. Could this move outside of it, deeper into the weekly? But then you got the bottom of the monthly. Yeah, man. My bias definitely isn't to the top side. In fact, let's see something here. Again, first trading day of the year. Tough. I need to get some rhythm here. All right, enough on that. Let's see here. What do we got? Doge. Oh, Doge. 1037 already. Wow. I think winter's finally here, too. Cold out. There's my good boy. They're raising hell. Chasing, getting ticks. Just hasn't got cold enough to kill these damn ticks, man. They are vicious little creatures. Ugh. When you got a dog with a double coat, that's what's great. They put in some work to get through that, to get down there to lodge in my little buddy. But when they do, man, they are, God, what a pain in the ass it is to get them out. Let me see. I did to the point I don't even use the tools anymore. I just rip them out. Come here, you little nasty tick. I didn't get any this summer. Thank God. I think the first summer I was on this property, I got like 5. That's just, you get a tick, that is so disgusting. Got a little vampire hanging on you. Pretty gross, man. If you know, you know. If you live in the city, chances are you probably haven't got a tick. Maybe when you went camping. Or glamping is what people like to do these days. Going camping, and they take their 5th wheel. Camping, in my opinion, is backpacking up a trail on the side of a mountain, finding a nice flat, even digging one out and freaking pitching a tent, or just sleeping on your mat in a sleeping bag. That's what I used to do on Mount Shasta. I mean, I camped up there off of Panther Meadows for probably 2 months, off the beaten path. And if you know anything about, like, you go on some major droughts, it didn't rain one day. Wake up every morning surrounded by deer, freaking animals everywhere. Pretty fun, man. It's a great mountain to hike. A lot of interesting things happen up there, though. Research Mount Shasta. Could be a alien stronghold. You go into town, you see some really interesting people walking around like, you're not from this planet, are you? I mean, wow. So I remember one day I was eating lunch and there was a table, about 4 dudes. They're all probably about 6'5" area, white hair, freaking blue eyes. I'm like, who are these cats? Where the hell did they come from? Pretty interesting, man. Yeah, they just came out of the mountain to have some lunch at Berryvale. Anybody that knows Mount Shasta knows Berryvale. Got a nice deli and stuff. Bunch of hot hippie chicks running around. All right. What else can we talk about? Our setting, this is the 15-minute on XRP I was talking about, right? I wanted to get up here and probably fill this wick to close, not close on any hidden. Returns oscillator just turned down. Got 5 minutes left in this 15-minute candle. This thing comes down here and closes right at the 9 log MA. I would imagine we're going to see this thing in wave trend. You got the 99 log here, but look, only half of the power mean band and the 9 log MA have crossed up it. So Got the 33 right below it, wave trend right below it. You want to stay up here at the top side of the power mean band. So as these 15-minute candles closes, this entire band can cross up here. And I'm talking about the 99. You want that down here with the freaking wave, or with the Fisher, man. With the Fisher. And this thing is way out. It's below 60 cents. Below 60 cents. What are these Fishers good for? Wicks, man. Wicks, big time. Especially if you find confluence at a distribution level. What's that at? Just right at 60 cents? What's it, 60 cents? 1SD. 1SD, man. There is confluence there on the 15-minute with the reverse, Fisher, and the first standard deviation on the daily. As it goes for this 4-hour candle-wise, yeah. But it's closing in, what, 19 minutes? That would be, I seriously doubt that's happening right now. That's a 99.7 fourth standard deviation. Pretty high probability. I mean, you got to get through the 95.4 Laplace and the second standard deviation first. And you're sitting right here at the top side of the 68.3 inside the weekly range. And you're creating a little 15-minute doji right here. You're going into the top side of the 4-hour and the top side of the daily 68.3 and coming down. That wick went right to the bottom of the weekly range. All right, let's see here. BNB. Sol 105.3. Let me pop up crypto bubbles again. See what we can look at. Where you at, Bubble? Bubbles! Bubbles! Who doesn't love some bubbles? Who watched Trailer Park Boys? Jesus. You want to laugh? Put it on. Where the hell are you, crypto bubbles? Did I pass it? Probably did. Good Lord, man. Oh, boy. So hard. Where are you, my friend? This is the problem of having bad vision. Hard to find bookmarks. There it is.
You could just type in crypto bubbles into your browser.
Hey, man.
Hey, fingers. There you go.
Yeah, that old Filecoin, man. Let's look at that thing real quick. Old Filecoin. I guess they file shit, right?
Yeah, right. Got big drawers.
They got big
Lots
drawers.
of folders.
There it is. Filecoin, USD. Hey, everybody go get some Filecoin. Use Coinbase. Leave it all on there. Wrong. We had this big conversation at the beginning of the stream. If you know, you know. Watch it again. We were talking about crypto. How all these powers that were want everybody to get on these exchanges. Oh, yeah, go on here. Dude, it's a custodial wallet. The whole thing about crypto is being your own bank.
It's a scam.
Totally. Being your own bank. Having a safe. Right? A hardware wallet. Keep your crypto in. As soon as there's so many people out there too that just leave their freaking crypto on these exchanges. Coinbase is fine. Yeah, a little while ago, everybody's, oh, FTX is great. FTX is fine, man. They're going to take care of you. Really? Is that what you think? Guys, none of these exchanges are safe, man. Because just like I'm my own bank in crypto, Coinbase is their own bank, literally, right? They hold the keys to everything. They can get hacked. They can do stupid things. It happens, man. It happens. There's no 1-800 number to call when you send $1,000 in Bitcoin to a wrong address. You think whoever received it is going to send it back to you? Highly unlikely, man. Highly unlikely. I mean, I'm sure there's cases out there. I don't know, though. Most people are going to be like, oh, Merry Christmas. Santa must have dropped $1,000 of Bitcoin in my wallet. Thank you. You have no idea who it's coming from. All you can do is send it back to the address it sent to you. And yeah, man. Highly unlikely. So be careful out there. Double, triple, quadruple check your transactions, for God's sakes. I know a lot of people don't. They're just, you're going to have a mistake one day. Don't ever just You always want to copy paste these addresses. Don't try to type them in. If you haven't noticed how long a BTC address is, you're going to screw it up. You are going to screw it up. So yeah, be careful out there. Me personally, I don't do anything on mobile. I don't do anything on mobile. I'll check some prices. Trading wise, moving, right? Sending cryptos. No, I do not do it on mobile. Absolutely
There's
not.
actually one thing that mobile can be handy for
Speak.
that I've noticed as a trader, which is if, for example, your landline or Wi-Fi line or something goes down while you're in the middle of a trade, and you still have like a good whatever 3G, 4G, 5G connection on your phone,
Sure.
you can use that to get the hell out of the trade.
Yes. Totally agree there. Yes, you do by any means necessary.
Exactly.
By any means necessary. Go over and pirate your grandma's old Dell computer with Windows 98 on it and get busy.
Yeah, right. I mean, I have definitely used my mobile phone to get out of bad trades.
Yeah.
Or even winning trades that I was like, well, my connection's down. I don't want to be at a loss while the connection's down. And so I'm just gonna, like the landline is down or something. And I don't want to suddenly lose profit on the trade, so I just close the position, whether I'm in a position that's profitable or not.
Right.
Because like I'm not going to rely on a phone for my trading.
Yeah, Durbit.
Use
Used
my phone to
Durbit
get out.
a few times. Durbit mobile. Used to get out some trades before.
Yeah.
Scalping those options. Old Durbit. Hey.
Just a nice little trending move there on Bitcoin kicking on the 15 minute.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Bitcoin. Oh, you made me so horny.
0.3%, 15 minute, not bad.
Yeah. Getting a little move here. Slide almost back up to 106. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Some of the weekly range, above the monthly range. Send some candles down into the center of the daily right before the new monthly open. Is that percentage good enough for me? That's what I'm saying. And some people just disregard when I talk about this. I've been using this indicator longer than anybody. I stick to this. 0.46%. Is that in range for me? Yeah, 1% is my range for a test on especially on a monthly. Hell, I'll go for that on a daily and a weekly, let alone a monthly. So if this thing never comes down again to 41.9, and say just Bitcoin takes off right now, running into the halving. In 2 weeks, Bitcoin's at 50K, 60K. I'm not worried about this range down here, right? Plus, this is what I don't do. I don't sit around and worry about untested ranges like this when they're within 1%, right? Especially when, how am I trading? It's different if I want to invest in something, right? But if I'm just trading intraday, I don't care. I'm going to get my bias and I'm going to scalp whatever I'm looking at, which hasn't been BTC lately. I'm loving BTC, stacking it. I don't think you can go wrong down here buying BTC at this price. You can't go wrong buying BTC at 15K, right? When everybody was just freaking out. Oh, it's going to zero again. Oh, yeah, let's put another fork in Bitcoin. It's done. Wrong.
Yeah, that was just really nice discounts.
Real nice discounts. Jesus. Those dips into the 3K range, right? After the run up to 20K, drop to 31, back up to 14, down to 38, then the run to the all-time highs. I think 65 was the first stop, and then 70, or no, 60, 65, maybe 68, then 70, something like that.
69, yeah.
Good times. We're going to bust through that?
5 days.
We'll see. We got a halving coming. They're going to be fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the yearly chart, right, like 2022, it fell 64% in value and then shot right back up 155% last year. Real nice. Real nice.
Real nice. Like I said, real nice. Here.
Yep.
We're going to put this on
Super tasty.
12 month. Old Bitcoin. There you go.
Yeah, that's bullish, all right.
I'd say that's pretty damn bullish. You're literally.
It has only had 3 down years in 15 years of history.
Yeah. Guys, you almost
Oh,
backfilled
sorry,
that
the
candle.
very first year was technically a down year on the chart. Okay, fine. Technically. So 4 down years in 15 years.
23
And that
pretty much backfilled 22. It's crazy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Woo!
It just hasn't gone up to the ATH of 21, but it's
That's right,
going
good
up.
dog.
That's right. So Bitcoin.
Right? He what boy? Go long on Doge?
Right.
Hilarious. What do you think, girl? Should we long Doge? She's sleeping. She don't give a shit. As long as I put food in her bowl, she's good.
Yeah.
Somebody is feeding me. She's at that age too. That's all she cares about is food. That's why she goes out so many times. She thinks when she comes back in, she's gonna get a little treat or something. I had to stop doing that. Jesus, can't set your dog up for failure like that. Oh, good dog. Here's a treat for going out. Then they just want to go out every 5 minutes. It's like, no, you be a good dog. Meanwhile, the other one's just out here raising hell, eating deer legs and shit. I don't have to worry about him. Crazy. He's got a hip thing going on, though, unfortunately. The big ass dog with hip dysplasia. That's never good, man. That's going to be a bad day. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't trust where this wave trend's at, but it's saying wave trend on the yearly is at like 70K, right back at the all time high. But like I said again, I do not trust this information. There's just not enough history on the yearly chart.
No, but if you look at quarterly or monthly, I mean that thing is it's a monster.
Dude,
monster ready to run. Quarterly and monthly. Monthly is that. Oh, man.
Yeah, if it goes for like quarterly, again, I don't trust this number just because of history. About 75K, about 75K, new all-time high. This thing starts running in the wave trend. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, volatility. You know what? When I just looked at this earlier, the volatility was contracting negative. This is this little friggin' move, man. I mean, this thing just popped up. Boop. This new 3-month candle just popped up. What's it pointing at? 8 percentile. Grade's a little bit below. Let's see correlation break. But dude, this is a quarterly chart. Hello.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very high time frame. Also, a monthly is very like just for the big picture.
Yeah, guys. I mean, you come back down.
That's a very strong big picture.
Come back down and send a wick right into the 9, the 33 log MA, and the wave trend. Right there. Boom. At about 25K. Here we go. Boom. Rest is history. Now you're sitting on top of the power mean band. Shannon entropy percentile is very low. Low length volatility contracting negative. 981 expanding positive. We all know what that means. So let's look at, let me see how much different the 7, let's see the 7-day. Oof. Boom. So the 7-day on Bitcoin, wave trend crossed up Fisher. Boom. So you look at a weekly, they're getting ready. All right, you got a big gap here between about 31.8 and 31. Yeah.
There's also an intersect happening pretty much this month, next month, whatever could happen this month or next month on the 30 power mean and the 1110 RMLR.
On the monthly?
Yippers.
Whoa, let's scale you down, big dog. Scale down. Scale down. Holy Wickosaurus. You talking about the 11 crossing up the 33 power mean? Or the third, you're 30. Yeah, it's probably, is that what you're talking about? The 11 length RML crossing up your power mean?
Yeah. If the 30 power mean is like right on top.
Right on top.
If it moves down a tad, it'll intersect this month. If not, it'll intersect next month.
Gotcha.
Either way, very nice for the timing of the Bitcoin halving, and also the weekly. I mean, my goodness, the weekly is really well timed with intersects coming into the Bitcoin halving. Forget about it, man. The monthly and the weekly are super well timed.
Both above the power mean.
I mean, there's a
11 crossing up.
Right now, we had an intersect this week. We're having an intersect. We already had it this week. No, I'm sorry, a mean reversion completion. Sorry, to the 1110 RMLR on this week's candle, and there's going to be. And if you look at where the UPM 30 UPM is, it could easily have an intersect sometime around March, which will be just like 4 or 5 candles out from the halving, which is perfect timing to have a nice move. Which we always see whenever there's that kind of an intersect of a power mean and an RMLR, and it would basically be in the run up to the halving, which is not at all a surprise if you see a move happening being front run on the halving, and then have some kind of a like a sell off. If it's a long move, or if they front run a long, then it'll be a sell off. If the front run a short, then it'll be a buy, and then after the damage is done to the sheep, they'll come in and buy low again or whatever. And either way. The move into the half will be interesting, and the move after the half will be good. So lots of juicy scalps between now and May.
You got my dog barking. He was sitting right outside right here. He starts barking and thinks it's that way, so he's running off into the woods. It's hilarious. So here's a 3-day. This is what I was looking for. What time frame did we come down, test the 9 or the top side of the power mean band? It was the 3-day. Now it's popping off here because look at the 5-day. Right? You got top side almost at 40K. This is what I was talking about literally months ago, really weeks and months ago, that when you get outside this power mean band, you're going to come back into this thing. The returns will mean revert. But yeah, 3-day looks good. 7-day top side is like 38.3 almost 38.247. It's when you, let me see here, up to the monthly. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of confluence if this thing does come back into this power mean band, like 38, 39K, somewhere in that region. But man, this thing just looks bullish as hell, though. Just looks like it wants to run again. 3-day just tested the 9. Last couple 3-day candles send some wicks into it. 2 days below the 9, though, right? You got a wick in the top side of the power mean band. That's what I'm saying. My bias, yeah, man. It's kind of like Bitcoin's bullish coming into this halving, but we know what happens around the halvings. We've already showed it, dude. You can get some movement. You can get some movement to wreck people that don't understand leading information. That's for sure. They're just following the YouTubers around. Oh, Jimmy said do this. Well, we better do this, and then whap. All this ETF talk, guys. Stop with the news. Stop with the news. Argentina. Hey, Vitalik praises Argentina. Sweet. But this isn't good. Brazilian banks test Microsoft CBDC privacy solution. It's all bullshit. They're trying to gaslight people. CBDCs, not good. They are not good. In my opinion, wrong answer. What do you think that's all about? They want to continue with their scam, man. They want to continue with the scam. The fiat scam, it's reached its right. People are waking up to this. They're like, oh shit, we can't have everybody showing up and hang us. Let's get a new scam going where we'll be able to gaslight the public. CBDCs.
Gallows.
The gallows. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. I'll build them. I'll bring all my woodworking equipment. We'll freaking get down, man. I'm going to build some sturdy ones too, because we got a lot of politicians that need to hang. I don't care if they're compromised or not. Shouldn't have got yourself compromised on Epstein Island, you bunch of scumbags. Or wherever you got compromised with. It's financially, sexually. There's so many different ways they can compromise these people. And they are compromised. If anybody's wondering why the entire world's in the situation it's in, there you go. There you go. Nobody is working for us anymore. They've all been totally compromised. They're all being held under a blackmail scheme. Something that they've done. That's why sometimes you sit back. How in the hell are these people voting for these things? Aren't they Americans? Not anymore, man. Not anymore. People are compromised everywhere. And it's not just one government. That's a people. The only thing all these different governments and all these invisible lines separating everybody does is do exactly that. Separate the people so we don't all come together and like, we're done with your shit. We all want to get along. We're done with all these endless wars. It's insane. Why all these politicians, they get out of office, they join the boards of defense companies and become millionaires overnight.
Yep.
It's insane.
And in many governments, they can be in the government and own shares in those companies also.
That's why I love Vivek, man. He's out there just scorching these people, dude. It's cracking me up. Whether or not what his old deal is, some of the things he's saying, just like, be careful, bro. You're definitely poking the bear. You are poking the bear, my friend. Seems like a good guy. We'll see what happens. Of course, the media trying to gaslight everybody. Nikki Haley's great. Oh, really? She's part of the problem. She's on the board of the right. On the board of whatever, was it Raytheon or something?
One of the defense companies,
fucking multi-millionaire defense contractor. Yeah. All these war hawks. They all got something to do with the defense companies.
She's just a shill for her donors, like every other politician. There's very few that are not corporate shills. There's really very few. That's
why the debate was great. Vivek's calling her out, and all her donors are booing. And then Vivek just calls them out. You hear there? Look, there's all the donors booing right there. Pretty funny indeed.
Well, I'm gonna have to get going. It's now.
Yeah. It's time to go. But yeah, in the States, we're having that 1776 moment. Wake up, people. Let's go. Bitcoin. Let's go, Bitcoin. We're going to get back at this. We'll get a little more in depth here tomorrow about some other things, maybe some quarterly projections and whatnot. But yeah, it's nice spending New Year's Day with a few of you. We'll see how it goes. Not going to trade today, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye on the charts and just relax. All right. Yeah, we just had P-Funk was in here, Warlord's in here, Zentap's in here. Appreciate you guys. Love you being here, man. Trading View. I don't know if anybody's online yet. Not a lot of people probably watching videos today, I would imagine. Hell, most people are still sleeping. But hell, West Coast, it's only 8 a.m. Some people are just going to sleep. Not me. I was in bed at 12:04. As all my neighbors are shooting off fucking hunting rifles and blowing up tannerite, and it was loud. I was like, oh my God. Dogs are crying. It's like, it's okay. We're not under attack. It's a new year. But yeah, we'll get back on it tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love all you guys. Peace. Have a great new year, man.
Much love, gents. Have a good one.
Yeah, bro.